yeah, well, at the time I didn't even realize that there was a camera on us. Obviously, in that moment, like I'm no, I have never shied away from crying inside that Bellator cage. Girls, I cry when I win and I cry when I lose. I'm an emotional sort of person, but no, I think especially in this world, today's world of social media, and you know all the fakeness and falseness and this and that, it's super important for people just to be real. And I think there's a obviously, you know, the anger, like the Aussie girl Angerfist, the name probably puts a lot of people off, thinking that I'm, you know, somewhat superhuman, but I'm the most human, normal person that goes through all the emotions. And yeah, that fight meant a lot to me. I had my family, myself, you know, my teammates, my coaches, my friends, everyone. We all sacrificed so much for that fight, and everyone was backing me. I had not that I had the pressure, like, but yeah, I had so much support, going into so much belief, from people going into it, and I believed in myself too. So yeah, it was upsetting for it to like finish that way, like finishing it without me showing how hard I'd worked, and yeah, so like it was a very emotional time, but it was interesting because yeah, I let that cry out, and then I was okay. You know, obviously, like my partner was there. He was supported, like he supported me through it, all of it. And yeah, I just, like I said just before, I decided to look at the things that I took from the fight, and you know, that one fight alone changed mine and my family's whole life, in like what we're able to do now. So you know, I worked hard, you know, fought for 11 years, training hard, made a lot of sacrifices, and yeah, it's there's a lot more positives to take from that fight. So yeah, I wanted people to see that, and I didn't realize how much like support and views and everything and feedback I'd get from it. But yeah, maybe I'll post more stuff of me crying.
Well, it's not that. It's like you say. It's about that real. You know, and I talk in a lot of MMA rooms, and I always say like, I also find that fighters that find comfort in their losses are able to then bounce back a lot quicker, right? Than fighters who try to deny or find excuses to why they lost and things like that. And I always find it really it's a real tricky kind of moment because I get it, like the heartache and everything like that. But as I say, I always notice that the fighters that kind of try to put it under the carpet like it never happened, you see their next few fights and they kind of struggle to find their leg again. Where I find that, you know, fighters that carry that load and they're like literally like, yep, it's happened, I'm gonna deal with it head on. They usually bounce back very quickly and usually to some sort of success. And obviously we'll see that with you because obviously you haven't had a fight since. But I'm saying you're one of those fighters that was actually able to handle it quite well. And I think, you know, just, I mean, I always say like fighting in particular is a perfect example of life. You know, you've got to deal with the ups and the downs, and that's why I found that video so important. Maybe even more for the youth, just to see like, listen, this is like the pinnacle of the sport. You've dealt with it, and then yeah, there was that heartache, but since then you've obviously been on this whole rebuild kind of momentum. And
Yeah.
me personally, as I say, I think it's important to see that, but you don't see it very often from fighters. And that's why I was just like, I guess asking if it was important for you to deal with it, but also to let your, I guess, fans, supporters and everyone kind of see that side of the sport also, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And just to see like the soft side of fighting too. I think everyone thinks, you know, we get in the cage and we're super aggressive and yeah, we want to inflict pain on each other and that, but like yeah, us fighters, we put a lot into being a fighter, and it's such a roller coaster of emotions. Like yeah, we're aggressive, we're yeah, all of these emotions that just go through, so yeah, like go through us. And then yeah, at the end, I guess just the tears that come out.